Greetings, everyone, and I welcome you all back to even more of my adventures in Valkyria Chronicles. Before we proceed, I would like to say first that I am finally over with my finals, and all I have to do is waiting for my results, which actually finally gives me some free time to do some free recording, like not being that strangled with the time limit. So I will try to record as much as I can while I have it, since I am not certain about my future plans. Like, I'm not planning just to stay at home one day and record all day and stuff like that. But yeah, while I have time, I will do the recording, and let us proceed with my latest save state. And here is the thing, guys. Last time, as you remember, I had to re-record the session since it ended up being like an hour of the failure, but it ended up being, you know, me not being completely blind to the part of the cutscenes and the start of the mission. So I decided to do a little different approach here, which is I'll definitely save my blind reactions to the cutscenes and the mission, like I am doing right now, since I am blind to completely all of those cutscenes and stuff. But when if I start failing the mission, I don't want you guys to see like an hour of me failing, like what happened with me last time. So what I'll do, when you guys will start to see hints of me failing all of the sudden, I will either stop recording and redo the mission, or I will what I will most likely do, I will do saving in a process. But yeah, I'll make sure it's not an hourly session of me failing at everything. At any rate, guys, without any other ado, I am eager to dive into a new chapter, and I did more skirmishes off screen to beat the shit out of my troops' potentials even more. But enough of that. From what I remember, we entered the temple.
Whoa. I don't know what I expected, but it really wasn't this.
So they entered inside.
Amazing, isn't it? I was surprised when I first came here too.
It's... There aren't any windows or skylights in here, but it's still so light.
And keep in mind that the sound is really going through. I don't know, but I think that actually might play the role here.
The ruins are made of stone with a high ragnite concentration. It lights itself.
It's uncanny.
Look at this. Something's written on the wall here. It's in Old Northern script. Old Northern?
Right, he is archaeologist.
It was the dominant writing system in Europa. You still see it on a lot of old monuments.
Do you know how to read it, Faldio?
Yeah, we just covered it this last year. Let's take a look. It's more or less a recounting of the Darkson calamity as the history books tell it. The Darksons unlocked some secret property of Ragnite and tried to conquer the continent. 100 cities raised its fell light, 100,000 men and beast therewith. It says this area used to be one of the cities lost in that purge as well.
So they did use Ragnite.
It was in the middle of that destruction that the Valkyrie suddenly came into the picture.
Valkyria again.
Supposedly they rose to face the Darksons, armed with sacred lances, blue with flame. That became the War of the Valkyrie.
I had a picture book about that as a girl. But it's fiction, right? Like a fairy tale.
Ruins like these dot the European map, traces of the culture that once ruled the continent. The majority of the anthropological community now agrees that the Valkyrie did exist. Wow, this is so educational. The Valkyrie won and rose to power, while the Darksons were scattered across Europa. There are some who worship the Valkyrie as the saviors of Europa even today. Meanwhile, the Darksons got branded with the stigma of their past and were persecuted.
I see. So Is one of those dark sands, and that's why everyone is so mean to her.
With no land of their own, they had to work as itinerant laborers and Ragnite miners.
Which is why there are so many Darksons still working in the industrial sector today.
I never knew that. Come to think of it, Isara's dad was an engineer, wasn't he?
Anyway, that's enough history for today. Let's keep checking for Imperial tracks.
Something tells me we're gonna go inside these ruins, and this mission will be in the ruins. But Darkson's Calamity. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna skip anything if that's what you're thinking.
I've been looking, but I still ain't seen nothing but sand. Those imps got some strange tastes if they're sunning themselves out here. What's got you, Rosie? Ain't like you to be so quiet. You got the runs or something?
You're foul, Largo. And I'm just annoyed. Takes some kind of brass to blow up a chunk of turf this big, don't you think?
I see what you mean.
Looks like the dark hairs have been bad news for the rest of us folks since day one.
What do you mean by that?
What do you think I mean?
No archaeological proof exists to support the theory that Darksons destroyed Boreas.
Look around. How much more proof do you need?
And it's an unfair generalization to assume that all Darksons cause trouble for others.
You saying you don't? Look, it's 'cause of you people that my whole...
All right, time out, you two.
You stay out of this, Largo!
So she has a personal hatred for Darksons.
We're on patrol here. You keep squawking, and we're likely to get sniped. You too, kid. You know Rosie's got a temper on her. She wouldn't go off if you didn't talk back.
I don't believe anything I've said is untrue.
Stubborn as mules, both of you.
That's the women for you. What do you want? Well, I have nothing against women, but I just happen to know such.
Faldio, what is that?
It's called the Valkyrian Spiral.
Okay, so what is it?
I was talking about their power before, remember? The sacred blue flame? The spiral motif on their relief carvings are said to represent inexhaustible power.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Still, we haven't seen any Imperials here. Not even any signs of entry. I guess it's possible that this wasn't what brought the Empire out here.
Well, the others are waiting. Let's go back.
Sure, let's go.
Huh?
It opened.
What in the...
Alicia, what just happened?
I don't know. I barely even touched it and this door just opened.
It looks like it keeps going.
An underground chamber in the Barrius ruins. This is a huge discovery.
Should we go in?
Do you have to ask?
All right, let's take a look.
Oh dear. And so they're gonna find them. Yeah, first contact. It looks like they're gonna meet for the first time.
Whoa, what is this place?
It seems like it goes on forever.
Wow, look at this wall. Amazing.
There are engravings everywhere. What do they say, Faldio?
I'm not sure. I wish I could tell you. They're too ancient for me to decipher.
Welkin! We're not alone.
Who's there?
Well, how surprising to find you here. We don't get many visitors. I won't ask how you were able to break in. It's not really important. But you defile this sanctum with your presence.
Guys, that's Maximilian.
Maximilian? Wait, but he's the enemy commander. Hold it right there! You take one more step and I'll shoot you down, I swear I will! What?
Lower your weapon. Your lives are worthless to me, but I do not wish to stain this sacred place with blood. If you are determined to have this confrontation, why don't we settle it outside?
Welkin.
Welkin? So, you're the brat who's responsible. My compliments for the Vassal Bridge and the base in Cloten. You quite impressed Jaeger, who was singing your praises, boy. Silvario, come.
Sir.
Now's our chance to take out their commander.
She's right, Faldio. Let's go!
Right.
Oh dear. So it's not gonna be like a ruins bell, but something outside. So it looks like we're still gonna be at the desert. Yeah, desert duel. So once again, I'll bring my desert boys and girls in there.
Let me catch you up on the current situation.
Okay, enemy commander Maximilian is making for our base camp aboard a massive tank. It is imperative that you stop him before he reaches us. Your objective is destruction this giant tank. Okay, it's right here. It is equipped with machine guns on both sides, so brace yourself for merciless reception as you approach. Keep your distance when possible and use your tank and lancers to take those machine guns out one by one. It also has a large caliber cannons and both fore and aft ends that can't be destroyed. Their range is as you can see. Okay, so the sides are his blind spots. They will fire at anything that stops in the range depicted. Keep your tank and troops clear of them if you want to live. Oh dear. So once again, guys, it is pretty much the same stuff as I said before. If I start failing really badly, and if I fail like immediately in one turn, I will just reload the mission. But if this failure is much later on, I will stop the video at the first hints of failing, and you'll guys see me immediately on the new attempt. Okay, it looks like that's how it is needed to be. The tank and 3 lancers inside the position. Okay, so scout, and let's bring Rosie. A desert sniper. Yeah, let's try that out.
You'll commence combat now. Stay sharp out there.
But that's certainly different than...
That tank is our target. We have to stop it. Squad 7, move out!
Now, dear galleons, flee or be crushed underfoot of the Batamus.
Your Grace, I will eliminate the forces east of the temple, then return to provide support.
Very well, though I doubt I shall require your assistance. The Batamis shall rest atop their riven camp before long.
Welkin, take a look at that tank.
Holy. With armor like that, I don't figure my anti-tank lance will do much good.
And I don't like the look of that cannon. Standing in front of that thing's a bad idea.
Let's watch and wait for now. It has to have some kind of weak point.